Listen, the Electricity Authority has released the findings of an investigation into really high spot prices. Now, this is after a group of the small providers banded together and complained, didn't they?
So this is in regards to the story that we've actually spoken a bit about this week, Lisa. It's when spot prices hit a 7-year high in October last year. Now, off the back of that, there was a group of smaller power retailers that actually lodged a complaint with the Electricity Authority from that. They alleged that the top 5 generation retailers, that being Contact Energy, Meridian, Mercury, Genesis and Trustpower, most of which are state-owned too, it alleged that they colluded to rise wholesale prices to the market at a time when supply was low and demand was high, so as though the market wouldn't notice they were doing it. And they claimed that that undermined market conditions and resulted in what's officially called an undesirable trading situation. Now, the authority obviously investigated that in November as well. They released the findings of that earlier today. They found that there was no such thing as an undesirable trading situation that arose from that situation. They said that the wholesale market is working absolutely fine, but they do agree that the spot prices did hit pretty large highs last year. They're not denying that at all. And I asked one of the complainants this afternoon, the chief executive of Electric Kiwi, which was one of the companies that lodged their complaint, Luke Blinko. I asked how he felt about the authority's findings.
The decision as it's come out sort of says actually there's nothing wrong, no one's broke the rules, but we're going to change the rules. So it sort of suggests that actually the rules are the issue and the regulators probably let down New Zealanders if the rules aren't fit for purpose.
Are you just unhappy because the authority didn't swing in your favour?
Well, we're disappointed the authority hasn't suggested that some changes to the rules need to be taken more quickly. To see any outcome from what they suggested here could take 3 years. Meanwhile, this could happen again quite easily.
So in your eyes, the wholesale market isn't actually working?
No, we don't have confidence in it. And the standard for a UTS is that, a lack of confidence in the market. Well, you've got 5 players that have expressed a lack of confidence in the market.
That's Luke Blinko, the Chief Executive of Electric Kiwi, and in response to the authority's decision earlier today as well, all of the top 5 generators, they came out and they obviously welcomed the authority's decision and it obviously professes their innocence, of which they claimed their hands were clean the entire time.
Fonterra, okay, so it's announced it's going to be paying farmers more, so is that good, bad or somewhere in between?
Well, it's good for farmers. So early this morning, Fonterra announced that it was going to raise its milk payout forecast by 30 cents to between $6.30 and $6.60. But on the back of that, that's actually going to squeeze margins on the side of Fonterra's consumer business. So its input's going to be higher in its raw materials business. That will hit the other side of the cooperative. And that also means that its earnings will be lower as well. So it's had to scrap its half-year dividend. That was in the devil in the detail that it also when it also made that announcement today. And that comes at a time when Fonterra is in the midst of a major overhaul too. I mean, last full year, their financial result was actually a loss of $196 million. At the moment, they're reviewing all of their assets and ventures, and the new chief executive and chair are going through the ringer at the moment. And we're going to find out a bit more detail on all of their financial results at the end of March. So certainly more to come there.
And what about the rest of the market?
The NZX Top 50 index closed up tonight, just 0.5%. That's 44 points to 9,325. Fonterra's share price was down more than 7% tonight to close at $4.17, and in New Zealand too, with that profit drop of 35%, their share price was also down 3.5% to $2.47. The New Zealand dollar is buying at 68.5 US cents, 95.8 to the Australian, and 51.5 British pence.